pattern. So cellulose is synthesized. As far as the synthesis of the cellulose is concerned, here we have the major enzyme which we call cellulose synthase. Cellulose synthase is the major enzyme which is responsible for the synthesis of the cellulose, and as far as the cellulose synthesis is concerned, cellulose is a multimeric enzyme that is to the enzyme appears to be organized in the form of a rosette compound of 6 subunits. So as far as the multimeric nature of the cellulose is concerned, or the cellulose synthase is concerned, this particular enzyme has a multimeric, it has 6 subunits, and those all the subunits, they have different functions and they are collectively making the cellulose molecules. So they are organized, and they in the organized form they are making a rosette like structure, and it is composed of a 6 subunits, or we can say that there are 6 subunits which are in combined, they are making the cellulose synthase enzyme. So that particular rosette not only synthesizes the cellulose chain. So this particular cellulose synthase, this particular enzyme is not only responsible for the synthesis of the cellulose, but it also assembles the different chains which are formed, and these microfibrils are also, they are assembled, which are extruding out from the cellulose synthase as far as the cellulose synthase is present in the cell membrane. So as far as the cellulose synthase is concerned, there are multiple functions which are performed by the cellulose synthase. That's why it is a multimeric enzyme, because it has to carry out different functions. It has 6 subunits which are making a rosette, and those subunits are not only there to make a chain, cellulose chain, but they are also responsible for assembly of those chains and into microfibrils and extruding the microfibrils into the cell wall. As this cellulose synthase is present in the cell membrane, that's why this particular microfibril should be deposited out of the cell membrane into the cell wall. So that's why this particular enzyme is also responsible for extruding, for excreting that particular microfibril out of the cell membrane into the cell wall. So as far as the cellulose synthase is concerned, we have discussed it, that it is localized, it is present, its site of location is the plasma membrane. It is present in the plasma membrane. At one end it is facing the cytoplasm of the cell, and in the next end and in the second end it is facing the cell wall. So the both ends, at one end there is a cytoplasm, and in the next end and then there is a we can say that the cell wall. So as far as the precursor for the cellulose is concerned, we have the UDP glucose. We have seen that UDP glucose and ADP glucose, they are the precursor which are used for synthesis of sucrose and starch, as we have studied the starch synthesis. So there are precursor, they are the or we can say that these are the activated forms of the glucose. As in the protein synthesis, we can give an example. When there is a protein synthesis, there are amino acids which are present in the cytoplasm, but those amino acids first they are activated and then they are ready to be incorporated into the polypeptide chain. If the amino acid is not activated, then it will not be available to be incorporated in the polypeptide chain. So similar is the case here. So these glucose molecules which are present in the cell, so they are if there is a simple glucose molecule, so it will cannot be incorporated into the cellulose chain or microfibril, but it is activated form, and that activated form is the UDP glucose. So as far as this is the general structure, here we have the nitrogen bases, nitrogen containing base, we have the pentose sugar, and we have the sugar, as we have a nucleotide and we have a sugar. So this is the sugar nucleotide structure, and next we have uridine diphosphate glucose. We have a uracil base, we have a nitrogen base, the ribose sugar is attached this particular uracil base which we call, and along with this particular we have phosphate which is also associated with. So these three are collectively called the nucleotide, the phosphate, the ribose sugar and the uracil. Along with this particular we have attached a next glucose molecule. So that's why we are calling it uridine diphosphates. There are two phosphates, and this is the uracil base which is attached to the ribose sugar. So that's why we are calling it uridine diphosphate, and glucose here attached with it. So that's why we are calling it UDP glucose. So this particular UDP glucose is the precursor for the synthesis of cellulose. So the immediate precursor for cellulose synthesis is uridine diphosphoglucose or UDP glucose. UDP glucose can be formed directly from sucrose by certain forms of the enzyme sucrose synthase and also appears to be associated with the plasma membrane. So as far as the UDP glucose is concerned, when sucrose is split, so sucrose when split it will form, as sucrose is made up of the glucose and the fructose, so when it is broken down, so it will give us the glucose and the fructose. So that particular glucose is activated and it is converted into the UDP glucose and it will be incorporated into the cellulose. Microfibril and fructose will be used for some other purposes. So it thus appears that sucrose synthase may deliver UDP glucose directly to the catalytic site of the cellulose synthase rosette. So as far as the UDP glucose is concerned, when sucrose is yielding glucose, so that's why that particular UDP glucose is directly directly transferred to the catalytic site where the function is performing, where the cellulose will be synthesized. So where the glucose is added to the terminus of the growing microfibril, so there is a growing chain or growing cellulose polysaccharide chain. So in that particular chain there is added a glucose which is coming from the breakdown of the sucrose. So here is the overview of this particular process. Here we have the plasma membrane, and in the outside there is an extra cellular space, or we can say that here is a cell wall, and in the this particular side, in the below side, lower side, there is a cytosol or the cytoplasm. And this particular, all the, you can see here, this is the cellulose synthase, which is the enzyme, and lower to it, it is the sucrose synthase. So what will happen here, we need UDP glucose. Remember, we need UDP glucose for the synthesis of the cellulose. So what will happen here, these two both enzymes, cellulose synthase and sucrose synthase, they are embedded, they are present in the plasma membrane. So as the sucrose synthase act on the sucrose, so what will happen, it will convert it into the UDP glucose, and it will also, there will be a fructose as well. Fructose will be go back into the cytoplasm, while the UDP glucose is directly transferred to the catalytic site of the cellulose synthase, where that particular glucose will be incorporated into the growing cellulose beta 1,4-glucan chain, while the UDP will be again present here, and the glucose which is coming from the sucrose, it will be incorporated along with the UDP, and here again will be UDP will be present, and that UDP glucose will be yield another glucose molecule, and this particular cycle will be continued. So this is the overview of the synthesis of the cellulose, but we are going to discuss it in detail. The complex enzymatic machinery that assembles cellulose chain spans, we can say that spans the plasma membrane, or in other words we can say that they are present in the plasma membrane, and the one end of that particular machinery is positioned into the cytoplasm and other end into the cell wall side. So with one part positioned to bind the substrate. So what is that part? That part, the substrate is present in the cytoplasm, so that's why one part is facing the cytoplasm and other part is facing the cell wall side. So UDP glucose in the cytosol and another part extending to the outside. So as far as the other side is concerned, it is facing the cell wall, responsible for elongating and crystallizing cellulose molecules in the extracellular space. So as the growing cellulose microfibrils, they are continuously growing, and glucose molecules are continuously added into the microfibril. So that's why one end is present towards the cellulose cell wall side, and other end is toward the, we can say that, the cytoplasm side. So there are the following 3 steps which in which we can say that we can summarize the process of cellulose synthesis. The UDP glucose used for cellulose synthesis is generated from the sucrose produced during photosynthesis by the reaction catalyzed by sucrose synthesis. As we have seen in the previous diagram, that the precursor for the synthesis of cellulose, that is the UDP glucose, it is coming from the sucrose. And how it is coming from the sucrose by the action of the sucrose synthase, and when sucrose is broken down, it will yield us a glucose, and it will also yield us the fructose. So as we need the glucose, so glucose will be attached along with the UDP, and we will get a UDP glucose which will be used for the further action. The glucose is transferred from UDP glucose to a membrane lipid. So remember, in the synthesis of a cellulose, there is a one crucial step and one different step which is present and which is found only here and not found in any other pathway. And what is that step? That is, the UDP glucose is not directly linked with the growing polysaccharide chain, but it first binds to the membrane lipid. So probably that particular lipid is the sterol, cytosterol on the inner face of the plasma membrane. So the UDP glucose which is coming from the sucrose, so first it will be reacted, and first it will bind itself to the cytosterol which is the lipid, and after that it will be function with the, and it will elongate the cellulose synthase. Here intracellular cellulose synthase adds several more glucose residues to the first one in beta 1,4 linkage, forming a short oligosaccharide chain attached to the cytosterol. So what will happen here? So it is not the case that cellulose or the glucose residues are directly linked to the microfibril site. So what will happen here? The first glucose, UDP glucose, will bind to the cytosterol, and the next coming UDP glucose will again, they are continuously, they will bind to the growing UDP glucose chain in the beta 1,4 linkage fashion, and there will be a short oligosaccharide chain which will be attached to the cytosterol. So in step 3, a second form of cellulose synthase extends the polymer to 500 to 15,000 glucose unit, extruding it onto the outer face of the cell. So what will happen here? So in the next step, the chain or the oligosaccharide chain is disassociated from the cytosterol, and then there is another subunit of the cellulose synthase. As we have seen that there are many subunits of the cellulose synthase, and one of the subunits, what will does, it extends the polymers to 500 to 15,000 glucose units, and those units that cellulose synthase is extruding it into the outer face of the cell, which is the cell wall side. So the action of the enzyme is processive. One enzyme molecule adds many glucose units before releasing the growing cellulose chain. So as there are many enzyme and many cellulose molecules, so they are added accordingly. So here we have the diagram. You can see here, first of all, we have the first step, we have the cytosolic side, the extracellular side where the cell wall is present. So remember, here is the cytosolic or cytoplasmic side. We have a glucose is attached to the cytosterol to form this particular step. We have seen sucrose, when it is sucrose synthase reacts with the sucrose synthase. So what will happen? The sucrose is broken down and UDP glucose is formed. So that UDP glucose is directly linked here, and there is another step which is simultaneously occurring here. And what is happening here? The glucose is also attached to the cytosterol, and that particular cytosterol have the glucose molecules, and those glucose molecules will be shifted here into the cellulose synthase, and these oligosaccharide chain will be present there, and there will be we seen the third step, that each cellulose synthase of the rosette synthesizes a long cellulose chain outside the plasma membrane. So remember, the glucose molecules are present here, but the long polysaccharide chains are made outside the plasma membrane. Here there is only a short oligosaccharide chain which is made here. So parallel cellulose chain crystallines to form the fibril. So there are about 36 chains of cellulose which combined they form a rosette, they form a microfibril, and the cellulose final structure will be formed. So there is another diagram as well. So there is a sucrose which contains the glucose and the fructose, and glucose is the red one or the pink one, and the green one is the fructose, as there is a catalytic activity of the sucrose synthase. So what will happen here? So there will be sucrose will be changed into the UDP glucose and the fructose. Fructose will be released into the cytoplasm, and UDP glucose is functioning here. It is incorporated into the growing polysaccharide chain, and UDP is coming back toward this particular sucrose synthase catalytic site, and it will be again incorporated along with the glucose residue and it will make a UDP glucose. So this is the simple model of cellulose synthesis which we have studied.